Hello, this is Heather with Change Path Crochet. In this video, I will show you 3 alternatives to doing a chain 3 at the beginning of a double crochet row. So you can see here, I've done a few rows of double crochet and each one begins with a chain 3 as usual. And you can tell that it leaves this big gap at the beginning. And also these chain 3s don't look the same as the rest of these stitches. And so we want to fix that with 3 different alternative ways to start your rows. So let's get started. So the first alternative is a stacked double crochet. And it's stacked because it's basically 2 single crochets on top of each other to create a double crochet. So let's say I want to have 5 stitches. Now, if I were doing it the usual way, starting with a chain 3, I would do 2 more. So my first 3 chains here would act as my double crochet. I don't want to do that. So I'm going to take out one of these so that I have 6 chains to start with. So the 5 stitches plus an extra. And I'm going to start with a single crochet in the second chain from the hook. And then I'm going to go back through this bottom V here in this one loop right here. And I'm going to pull up a loop. So I have 2 on my hook and then yarn over and pull through 2. And that is a stacked double crochet. So I'm going to continue with double crochets across the row. So you just keep going. And I'll show you one more time when I do the next row. So to start the next row, I'm going to turn without making a chain. I don't need a chain on this one. And you want it to be a little bit loose so you can get in this first stitch, because we're not going to skip it. We're going to stitch right into the first stitch here. So insert your hook in that stitch, pull up a loop. So you have 2 on your hook, then yarn over and pull through 2. And then put the hook back through this bottom loop down here, the left side of the V. Pull up a loop. So you have 2 on your hook, and then yarn over and pull through 2. And that's your stacked double crochet. And I'm going to crochet across and I'll show you how to go into the top of the last stitch here. So if I turn this over, the first stitch was that stacked double crochet, and it's these 2 loops right here that I want to go into. So to do my last double crochet, I'm going to put my hook through those 2 loops. And there we go. So the next method is called a standing double crochet. And to do a standing double crochet, you want to loosen up the loop quite a bit to a little more than the length of the double crochet row below it. I'm going to hold the loop on the hook so it doesn't spin around. And I'm going to move the hook part towards myself and around the loop that's on the hook. So let me show you that one more time. I'm going to move the hook this way. So basically it's my yarn over. I'm just yarning over the entire loop that's on the hook. Then I'm going to insert my hook in the first stitch. I'm still holding it in place so it doesn't spin around. So now I essentially have 3 loops on my hook, although the middle loop is, 2 strands of yarn here. Yarn over and pull through that loop and then the big loop. And then yarn over and pull through 2. And you can see that looks like a double crochet that way. So I'm going to stitch across, just regular double crochets the rest of the way. And I'll do that one more time. Okay, so to start the standing double crochet, you want to pull that loop all the way out here to a little bit more than the height of the double crochet row. Hold it in place so it doesn't spin around the hook, and then wrap that whole loop around the hook as you yarn over. Insert the hook in the first stitch and pull up a loop, still holding it in place. Yarn over and then pull through the loop and the big loop, and then yarn over and pull through 2. So that is a standing double crochet, and let me show you how to crochet into that at the end of the row. So now when you do the standing double crochet, these 2 loops kind of flay out a little bit, so you need to pull them together. So yarn over and insert my hook through those 2 loops at the top, and then pull through 2, pull through 2 to finish the double crochet. So that is a standing double crochet. And then the last method still uses the chain 3, but we're going to link it to the stitch next to it, so we eliminate this gap here. So that's a linked double crochet we're going to do. So chain 3 and turn. And normally, if we're just doing regular double crochet, we're going to do the yarn over, insert my hook in the second stitch here. But instead of doing the yarn over, I'm going to link the stitch to the chain 3. So insert your hook in the second chain and pull up a loop. And this loop is going to act as your yarn over for the double crochet. So now I'm going to insert my hook in the second stitch. So we're skipping that first one because the chain 3 will act as the first stitch. So insert your hook in the second stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2, and yarn over and pull through 2 to finish the double crochet. So you can see here we've linked the second stitch to the chain 3, and it closes that gap. We don't have the gap anymore. So if your only problem is that there's a gap, this is a good way to do that, to close that up. And then I'm going to do regular double crochets all the way across. So you don't need to link all of them, just that first one. So let me show you that again. Chain 3 and turn. And then insert your hook in the second chain and pull up a loop. Insert your hook in the second stitch and pull up a loop. So now you have 3 on your hook. Yarn over and pull through the first 2 loops, and yarn over and pull through the next 2 loops. And that is your linked double crochet. And then when you get to the end of the row, remember that the chain 3 acts as the first stitch. So we want to make sure that we're doing our last double crochet in the top of that chain 3. Okay, so let me show you the difference here. So this one right here is the stacked double crochet, and that is essentially 2 single crochets stacked on top of each other. The next one is the standing double crochet, and that's the big loop that you wrap around the hook and act as the yarn over. And then the last one here is the linked double crochet that links to your chain 3 at the beginning and closes that gap. So there you go. You can see the difference and choose which one is going to work for you. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe and share with your crochet friends. And I will see you next time. Happy crocheting. Take care.